All right, it is a rainy Wednesday evening, and Andy and Gabe and I are out at Lake Redmond for an after-work loop, and I got to start my trail recorder here and put it in my bag before I drop my phone out of my pants pocket on the way around. That would really not be cool. And I might as well mute the phone while I'm at it. Cannot neglect proper setup. I've already done all my bike maintenance. Maybe one of these days I'll run a little video on that. Sorry for the slow start here, guys. That just gives me an opportunity to catch up to the guys up this warm-up hill. We did have a nice little passing shower move through, which was blessedly not that hard. Uh-oh, doggo. Couple of doggos. Clear road behind me. Take it out in the street here. Hello, puppy dogs. Hello. Woo. Good warm up. What's that?
His name is Jay Walker.
Jay Walker.
I think that's his name. It might have been. I don't know if that's what it was. I got pulled over and I started running.
Oh, that's funny.
And there were 10 cops there and they shot me 90 times.
Wowee.
Yeah.
Let me guess, he wasn't white. Of course.
There was a gun in the car, but he was unarmed. But he was shot.
He was armed with too much melanin in his skin. Okay, go straight out.
This way, right?
Yep, straight out into the parking lot. Gonna cut off this one hill just to save some time.
They don't usually go up that.
Usually. But since I have to be at work at 7 in the morning, oh yeah. Definitely left. Get some black diamond level skills up and I'll take you out the side trail over here. That one, it isn't easy.
That one?
I don't know if it's that one or there's another one farther back, I think.
Okay.
But all I know is it's got some nasty stuff. Usually I'm coming the other direction when I use that one. And usually I'm on foot, which makes the whole black diamond thing kind of moot. See, Andy's feeling his oats today.
I'm just taking my time. I've been lifting a lot.
I've been sitting through 7 hours of classwork today in a room with no air conditioning.
What?
Just got to remember you need to put more air in it when you have a tube in it. Got to make sure you follow the sidewall instructions or you'll pinch flat.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Well, you'll know if you have to walk back a long distance. It's a good education. You won't forget it a second time, I can promise you. The only part of this trail I'd be worried about is the downhill on 4. Yeah, get to the top of this long climb.
Good. You want to go ahead?
Yeah, sure. Ugh, it'll all gone down. Some off-camber roots, they'll get you. Oh, sorry.
Shit, I didn't know you were going.
Yeah.
My bad.
There's no worries. I didn't yell or anything. I should have. Should have on your left on that one.
This used to get me every time.
For me, it's because it's wet.
Yeah.
As long as you stay off to the far right and
I
just
go
pedal
there.
like hell, you'll make it.
Yeah, that's how I go now.
I might have been maybe able to make it on the left. I don't know. That'd have been close.
Yeah.
If I weren't running you over in the process.
No, it was more me kicking you.
It's all right. I can take the abuse. I'm a mountain biker. Roar and stuff.
So my wife had one suggestion for you.
Yeah,
She said, introduce the people you're with at the beginning of the rides.
I usually do, don't I? Don't I usually say I'm with Andy and Gabe?
Show them on the camera.
Oh, well. I'll have to keep that in mind.
So we watched like your whole video from...
Yeah, I did introduce Joy in the beginning. Not everybody that rides with me wants to be on camera.
Yeah.
Or to show their face. I have to be careful.
Yeah, gotcha.
I know Brian is a no-go for stuff like that. I don't understand why, but
Yeah, that's okay.
this is going to be a sweat fest. On your right, Andy.
Yeah, feel free.
Remember to keep your elbows tucked in.
Yep.
The humidity out here is astounding. It's hard to catch your breath. Left. Left. Sorry, should have yelled that sooner. Uh-oh. There's a little bit of a trail obstruction.
The junction up here.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. All right, now that we've magically bypassed the fancy tree there in the way.
We got over it.
Oh, yeah, we just jumped it like it wasn't there. We just weren't on the bike when we did it.
Danny McCaskill, doesn't he?
No, I jumped it. I'm a legend. I can turn off gravity.
You know, sometimes that would be a nice skill to have. Just
Okay.
temporarily omit gravity from your bike. Just float over stuff.
Is your phone home while you're at it?
Yeah. That'd be a problem. You'd have to be careful that you don't go too high, and then if you turn it off, you fall and die.
Yeah, yeah. You'd have to be careful with that ability.
I'd say maybe not turn it off, But if you could just like lighten gravity a little bit.
Yeah.
Like half
So you could bunny hop like 6 foot high and then land it gently.
Yeah.
What about if you pulled a link and threw a grappling hook on another tree and
You could do that.
That could be entertaining.
swung over it?
I am not going to try to rock hop that. Manual. At least the back wheel's down. Get the front wheel up so you ain't eating trail dirt. It's just a little squishy. We didn't really have that much rain. It probably didn't even register in a rain gauge. At most it was an 1/8 of an inch.
When I was coming here, it was pouring.
You must have went through the meat of it. We didn't hardly get any.
It rained earlier in Stewartstown. Pretty good.
Ah.
Yeah, I'm down in Maryland.
I know that last time that Joy and I rode here, we got done, got in the car, and drove to the Valley Tavern for beer. And on the way there, all hell broke loose. It was raining so hard I couldn't hardly see with my windshield wipers on full blast. There was stuff blowing out of the trees all over the road.
Yeah, I've noticed that like a lot of times it starts raining like shortly after I get done doing cardio outside. Ow! What'd you do?
Sticker bush.
Rose bushes, they are not your friend. We hit a lot of those at Gunpowder. I took one in the face, but thankfully it just bounced off my hardened skull.
Did you bring that spider home with you?
No, but some of the web still was on the lens of the camera when I got back. I had to buff it off. That was a big web, man. Hot dang, I think a skeeter got me when I stopped to go over the log.
I cleared this tree right here.
We thank you for your service in clearing the obstructions on the trail.
Yeah, man.
Gonna have to be careful in this downhill, guys. Rocks might be a little wet, tad slippery. Make sure you give everybody a good head start. And if for any reason you fall down, scream really loud.
Okay.
Really loud.
Yeah, if you can remember that while you're dying, coming off the bike down that hill. Ah, yeah. I haven't climbed that hill that fast since I rode with the Yamba boys. This is where they ended up losing me. We did the goat trail first, including Airplane Hill, then come all the way across 3 and up this. I had a side stitch so bad, I'm like, guys are gonna have to sit down for a while. They're like, are you okay if we leave you? I'm like, yeah, I know my way around. Those guys were fast.
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't keep up with them.
I can promise you that not a single one of those guys dropped below their center chain ring coming up that hill.
On your left.
It's some big guys, you know, they carry the momentum.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, well, I'll see him at the bottom just as quick if I don't run him over on the way down. That is a nasty downhill.
You're recording, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I can't swear.
No, please don't. I had to cut a whole bunch of video from Joy and I's ride because we were talking about illicit substance abuse.
Lovely.
Yes, well, I don't do that anymore. But she's like, hey, give me your stuff. I'm like, I don't have any stuff. I don't know what you're talking about. Going down. To the left. To the left. Actually surprised that piece of trail's still open. Dab. Wet root. Oh, no, you don't. Go around it on the high side this time. Low side didn't work too well last time. Hard right! Oh, I really wish I could stop eating spider webs. Ah. Neither nutritious nor delicious. And they don't taste like chicken. Oh, that's some sketchy roots right there. Woo! Whee! Gotta catch my breath and get my adrenaline under control. All right, everybody's caught back up, and now we're going to tackle this killer uphill. After you, Gabe, have fun. Yeah, that's a real nasty uphill.
Yeah, you might as well go.
I'll let Gabe go first, that way everybody on the camera can see how steep this really is. Hard to tell last time. It is brutal. It's a little wet today. I don't know if I'll make it this time. Get in it hard.
Dude, I could have had that, man.
Ha! Woo!
That was mental for me. I got off. It was like I could have done it.
You can always go back down, try again. Those are some nasty steep switchbacks.
I didn't stall out. I'm cool with that.
I'm getting better at holding my breathing discipline.
Cool. I do that have helped me practice my breath control, like singing, screaming, meditation.
Yeah. I used to use a ninjutsu technique. Works wonders.
Yeah.
Technically, it's a form of meditation. Bah. It's with the spider webs today. Hasn't anybody ridden this lately?
Spiders.
Oh, he's funny. The spiders. I don't know, that one trail over Gunpowder, I caught a spider web on the way up the trail. Went back down and caught a few more. I'm like, seriously?
Don't worry, I've been there. We were on vacation one time, me and a few friends, down in Key West. No, northern Florida, like Jacksonville area.
Uh-huh.
And we were on a campsite. There were banana spiders everywhere.
Oh, those things are huge.
I think the official name is like the golden orb weaver.
Yeah, basically what you call a
Yeah.
garden spider in Florida.
And
They're
then,
beautiful.
Yeah, they're really pretty, but
We have them up here, believe it or not.
Huh.
They're just not as common.
like you look into the trees and you see 3 of them.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was going to the bathroom in the middle of the night, and it was like a narrow passageway to the bathhouses. Nice that we had, but I looked up with my flashlight and there was one like 5 inches from my face.
Yeah, they're not particularly hazardous if they bite you.
They're just scary.
Yeah, it is a good sized spider. So here's your vantage point of what's left of the dam, which is not a whole lot.
Wow. So they're just tearing it down?
All the way down to the ground.
Wait, because did this all used to be filled with water?
Oh yeah, all that meadow out there used to be a lake bed. At the end of this trail is where I lost Joy last time. Instead of making the right turn back into trailhead, she decided to go up the road for a few miles.
She's adventurous.
Yeah, what it was is she thought she could get back to the car quicker on the road, but that is definitely the wrong way to do it. That adds miles, not takes them away. We're just on the other side of where the dam used to be now.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah. Of course, if you want real challenge, you go into the first right turn.
Yeah, I'm good.
We used to do that on the A crowd just to see who could make it.
You should come to the dark side with me and eat clean.
Oh yeah, I've never cleaned the dark side once in my life.
Oh, I meant, because you were talking about like eating. That's what I meant.
Oh. I eat trail like this for breakfast. I know, because I'm picking all the cinder out of my teeth later.
But hey, I've lost almost 25 pounds.
I lost 1 pound. I went from 163 down to 162, but my waist is now a 31 inch.
There you go.
Yeah.
Mine's about a 36.
Woo! I saw some pants at Walmart the other day that were 40 30s. I'm like, talk about being short and round.
Yeah. Yeah, but I started at 42 inches.
Wow.
So,
That's a lot of waist.
yeah, and my body fat went from 23 or 22 down to 16 now.
Woo! I'd have to have mine calculated. It's been too long.
Just get a little cheap plastic caliper. That's what I use.
Yeah, I think the last time I checked mine, it was like 18%, which for someone in their 40s was really good.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I remember the age group listing being like 21, ideal for 21. I'm like, wow. This is granny time. This is just too loose.
Yeah, I think my goal is like 12. If I can get down to 12, I think I'll be good too.
If I were under 20, I'd be definitely happy right now. So I may already be there, I just don't know.
I mean, I can't say I don't know.
I really don't do it for the fitness. I do it for fun.
I do it for both.
My only goal is to stay on the bike.
Yeah. Pretty decent at estimating body fat. I mean, like, it just depends on the person.
I know not one thing, never go by BMI.
Oh, no.
It's a terrible measurement.
Of course not. For the average, like, person that doesn't work out, like, it's generally, like, usually fine, but, like, if you work out at all, it's just really nuts.
Oh yeah, because muscle weighs more than fat and your BMI will be overinflated.
Yeah. Go right.
Left. Left. This is a life-sucking hill here. Next downhill damn near threw me on top of Joy's feet. I hit a root or something sideways. Joy didn't even see it because I was behind her when it happened. I was like holding on for dear life as I went by. I was like, hi Joy, bye Joy. That's a good place to stop.
I did like.
Yeah.
So at the bottom of that hill, we're not going up another.
No, we're not going to go up anymore. I got to get to work in the morning, so
Okay.
we will not be doing 2C or 2B.
Sounds good.
Not 2B.
I don't want to get back too late either. Yeah,
I still have some studying to do when I get back to the house.
the kids on that team, they're 15, 16, and 17. Yeah, that's all.
Oh, God, I'm so soaked through. And it's not from the rain.
They're young, so they're like really creative when they play. Kind of like being a young hockey team.
Guys, at the bottom, it's a hard left.
Okay.
Do not forget to get into your brakes before you get there. Although at least this time of the year, you won't go into the lake. You'll hit the underbrush first.
Okay.
I have seen guys go into the lake on that one. Shame that's so overgrown. That is actually smoother back there, that first right turn. Couple of little saplings down there. Egat. Bugs, go away. And we go. So rocky. Almost down to the washout. That could have been bad. Also have mud in my right eye, so I'm good. That's why God gave me two eyes. Ah, jeez, so much rock. Woo! Ah. Whee! Ah. Get up here to the top, make sure I still have a rear tire. That was brutal. Rear tire is good. At least this time I won't forget to turn the damn camera on before going down that wicked downhill section.
Right.
I lost a lot of footage that day for various reasons.
Did you go down that whole thing?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I almost bought it toward the bottom where the ruts started serpentining.
Yeah.
I got kicked off of a rock, went down into the rut with my front wheel, come up on one of those switchbacks in it. And when I hit it, I knew I was going to land back in the rut on the other side and I wasn't going to make it. So I had to take a real wicked front bunny hop and kind of manual over it and just barely made the ridge. It was closer than I'd like to admit to. In fact, I probably nearly bought it like 4 times down that hill because it was just sloppy nasty.
Yeah, I slid it. My back tire slid out once. I was like, oh.
That's one of those where you just keep the bike pointed downhill, keep your weight low, pretty much only use the back brakes, pray to God. What didn't help is at the top, mud flew off my tire and went into my right eye, so I was half blind going down it.
He kept riding in circles the whole way down.
My next bike will either have fenders or I'm gonna have to start wearing some goggles, I think. Just some safety glass. Just to keep the mud out my eyes, because that was unpleasant.
I was wearing glasses, but I think it all fogged up.
Yeah, you gotta have the like fog-free polycarbonate. It's one thing I like about the contact lenses, they don't fog up on you. I think I still got some cinder in my eye. It's mostly my eyelashes at this point. I'll flush that out when I get home. Should make for exciting footage. Yeah, it's hard to look over there and see all that field and think that used to all be underwater. It's just how nature comes back when you give it a chance. It's crazy.
Gabe, I don't know if you can tell, but there's a channel out there.
Yeah.
So the
I saw
water's
it earlier.
it's coming, but it's just minimal.
That's why they don't allow swimming out there. It's undercurrents. They put that dam back up and there'll be water right back to the bank in just a week or so.
Have you seen Redmond's real low?
Yeah, they're keeping it low so none of the water goes over the spillway.
Oh, okay.
And they're doing it in case of hard rainstorms or whatnot.
There's no boating except for like kayaks and canoes.
Yeah, you'd have to walk your kayak about about a quarter mile out to get to the water right now. Whew. At least from the boat launch. So that's pretty shallow to begin with.
Yeah, they have all the canoes out there, but they're just sitting on the beach on the driveway.
Yeah, they actually closed that for the whole season.
Okay, I thought they might have.
Somebody was asking if you can buy launch permits for kayaks there. And they're like, no, they're closed.
I don't think you can buy them there anyway.
I don't remember ever seeing it, but then again, I was never launching a kayak where I needed one.
You can. We got ours at Walmart.
Yeah, I'll have to go to Walmart. Just got to get some information off of it.
Yeah, like the length, serial number, brand, something like that.
So I don't know any of that. I can measure the length, and I'm sure the serial number and brand's printed on it somewhere.
Yeah, usually on the outer side of the hole.
I haven't even looked it over much since I took it home. All I know is it was long enough that it was hanging like 3-4 feet off the back of a standard pickup truck. It was longer than I thought it was going to be when I picked it up.
Probably a 10 or maybe a 12 foot.
Honestly, don't know what he was kayaking in it. Apparently he needed one with a wider seat. Should fit me just fine.
I don't like narrow kayaks.
I always wanted one with a rudder. That way your steering's all taken care of.
Yeah, we have one.
The only problem is you got to watch your draft
We
then.
still have to on tight times. But hold on, I'm gonna stop for a second.
What are you gonna do?
Got your whole self off of a jump one time. Didn't land it too good though.
He did pretty good in that tuck and roll.
Yeah, that was the most lovely tuck and roll. It is very popular on YouTube. We showed it to the guys that we ran into down there at Gunpowder before we started running. But don't feel bad, because one of the guys we were showing to was bleeding from both legs. He hit something and rolled across the rocks. They actually call him Crash because he wrecks so often. They said he actually exploded a carbon fiber wheel once. Come off the bike and the bike went sideways and the rear wheel clipped a tree. And when the rear wheel impacted the tree sideways, the wheel exploded, like legitimately. Kerpow. Yeah, carbon fiber's good, but it can be fragile if you exceed its limits.
Out of my face, gnats.
'Tis the season for bugs.
I don't remember asking gnats. Gotta go faster.
I was just about to say that. Ah, that air is nice and cool when you move that fast. I don't get to use this gear too often.
I'd be curious to see how fast, like, people who race mountain bikes go.
Oh, you don't even want to know. Just imagine being down in your bottom cog in your largest chain ring. That's their standard.
Do they, like, lift weights?
Oh yeah, mostly in the off season, but they do it in between sessions and whatnot.
I just figured your legs have to be really strong.
Nothing is worse for strength though than a stadium cyclist. By the way, this is where the Vietnam Trail comes out,
Okay.
with a nice little drop off there at the bottom.
What do you mean worse for your legs?
As far as size, stadium riders can have thighs wider than my waistline.
I mean, you wouldn't want that.
No, how the hell do you sleep? Your knees would be a foot apart.
I like having big legs.
I do to a point, but not like that.
Yeah.
How do you even buy pants? There's no way you can wear jeans.
Sometimes it's annoying to, like, because they don't, I have to, like, wear a belt, especially now that I'm losing weight, like, I have to wear, like, a belt, and it, like, folds the waistband a bit. It's tight on my legs.
Yeah, I had that problem.
But it's a good problem to have. Girls like it.
That's what they say. I don't know, I just thought the dad bod was in now, so I thought I'd be in good shape right about now.
Well, it's good for girls that, you know, they like dad bods, they say, because they like to be the hot one.
Ah. The ride just isn't as big as it used to be. That used to be so much more fun. You got good air off that thing. I had to really tie down that brake line. And that's all for Redmond today. Thank you all for watching. Stay safe and keep the rubber side down.